On this video, we're exploring the survival horror role-playing video game Sweet Home, the movie it was developed alongside of, and the popular franchise it inspired. All this on the story of Sweet Home, the video game. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell to keep up to date on my latest videos. Let's get started. Sweet Home was developed by Capcom and the director of Ghosts and Goblins, Takuro Fujiwara, who also worked on the NES titles Commando, Bionic Commando, Mega Man 2, and Strider. The game is based on a 1989 film of the same name. Juzo Itami, the executive producer, and Kiyoshi Kurosawa, the movie's director, served as the game's producer and supervisor respectively. Unlike other movie-based video games of the time, Sweet Home would diverge from the film's plot and instead expand on the film's narrative. Fujiwara would visit the film's set and gather his inspiration for the game, and the film's director, Kurosawa, told Fujiwara he didn't need to follow the film's script exactly, giving them way more freedom. The film would release 12 months before the video game. The film is about a small film crew who visits an old abandoned mansion of the famous artist Ichiro Mamiya, who has left several mural paintings, also known as frescoes, inside the house. The team includes Kazu, his daughter Emi, the producer Akio, a producer named Taguchi, and an art restorer named Asuka. After entering the mansion, paranormal events start to occur, and soon it's discovered that Lady Mamiya haunts the mansion and will kill anyone who trespasses. It's a decent movie and still holds up pretty well today, and I definitely recommend watching it. 12 months later, on December 15, 1989, the video game would release for the family computer, aka the Famicom, and it would be promoted alongside the movie and the film's trailer. The game is set within the same mansion from the movie, and the player must discover the secrets of the mansion by exploring its very complicated layout and recover the mural paintings left by Ichiro. There are 5 playable characters, each with their own item to assist the team. Those items are a camera to take photos of the frescoes, a lighter to burn things such as ropes, medical kit used to cure poison, lockpick used to open doors, and a vacuum cleaner to remove debris blocking the player's path. Weapons can also be obtained and used to fight in a JRPG style battle mode. Winning a battle provides the player with experience points that are used to level up. Players can venture out solo or join up in a max team of 3. The game is heavily focused on puzzle solving, and players must backtrack after certain items are obtained. There are quick time events where players need to be rescued from broken boards over pits or traps leading to their death if the player does not react quick enough. When a character dies, their deaths are permanent, affecting the game's ending. It's a fantastic game with great music and amazing gameplay, and it's a real shame it was never released in North America, because it could have easily made many top 10 lists for best NES games. Modern day critics would also agree and believe the game to be better than the film itself. Alistair Penzoff of Destructoid.com believed the game to be one of the very best games ever made. Ben Reeves of Game Informer called it a cult hit and said the horror genre owes a blood of debt to the long forgotten 8-bit game that has no right to be as good as it was. Elements found in Sweet Home would be used in future games, such as the scattered notes and diary logs, which would assist in storytelling, and would be used in BioShock in 2007. The game would also be the main inspiration for another game called Resident Evil, released in 1996. When development began in 1993, Resident Evil was originally intended to be a remake of Sweet Home, with Fujiwara acting as the producer. He believed the premise for Resident Evil was to do the things he was never able to include in Sweet Home, particularly the graphics. However, Capcom no longer had the rights to the movie Sweet Home and instead had to create their own universe for the game. Both games would place an emphasis on survival with a limited inventory and restoring health by the use of items scattered throughout the game. The player's view in Resident Evil was originally going to be first-person perspective, similar to Sweet Home's battle scenes, but it was changed to the third-person perspective we know today. Sweet Home and Resident Evil share many similarities. Both are set in a mansion with very complicated layouts. Each game's story is told through the use of scattered nodes with multiple endings. Both games have door loading sequences. Solving puzzles and backtracking are required when certain items are found, and of course the lockpick and lighter can be found in both games. The Resident Evil series would borrow influence from Sweet Home once again with the 2002 Resident Evil Zero. Just like in Sweet Home, characters in Resident Evil Zero can be switched out at will, and items can be dropped anywhere on the map for other characters to retrieve. The Resident Evil games would also make use of QuickTime events starting in Resident Evil 4. And Resident Evil 7 would share a similar plot to Sweet Home in way of a film crew visiting an abandoned house, the presence of a paranormal being, and the tragedy of a family that once lived in the home. Sweet Home is still considered one of the best survival horror games ever made. And as you can see, it laid the groundwork for the survival horror genre. As for why it was never released in North America, well, it could have been due to the low popularity of RPGs at the time, or due to the game's gruesome imagery. We may never know for sure, but if you're looking to play the game, there are definitely English translations available, as well as reproduction cards. That's the story of Sweet Home for the Famicom and the popular series it inspired. Have you played the Sweet Home video game or watched the movie? If so, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you haven't played the game or watched the movie, I highly recommend it because it was a very fun experience and the movie was very enjoyable to watch in all its 80s quirkiness. If you liked the video, make sure to subscribe and don't forget to click the notification bell to keep up to date on my latest videos. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Rod here with Zivivi Entertainment. Before I get out of here, make sure to check out Digital Break for some awesome content creators. Digital Break is a 1-hour block on local TV that premiered in April. They are taking talented YouTube creators and airing their content on local TV. So make sure to follow and like their Facebook page. Thanks everyone, I'm out.